47 pounds when they met, and that is not close, actually, to being the largest gap in heavyweight history.
He was even moving up in class. George weighed 257 when he fought Holyfield.
Teddy Atlas, there he is, Michael Moore, 35-0, 30 knockouts.
20 of Mike Tyson.
Michael Moore has said this week that he feels he is in a no-win situation.
Referee, Joe Cortez. 72 victories against 4 losses. 67 of those victories have come by way of knockout. Record of 35-0. And 30 of his victories have come by way of knockouts.
Foreman very calm. One of the most relaxed fighters you will ever see in boxing.
8 hours since the weigh-in.
Maybe George figured he was going to get in great shape right up until the weigh-in.
He doesn't have his arms crossed. Moore is establishing the jab, and as you said, fighting on the...
He's gotten up and always won.
It's a 10-10 round in spite of the fact that Moore was on the floor.
There's again the left-right combination.
Effectiveness that Foreman was able to land with in the first round.
He was Stewart for a long time, left Stewart. Now Foreman with the right hand, was trained briefly by the Duke.
His entire career. A fellow by the name of Ali.
Foreman turned pro, back at the George Foreman turned professional.
For him, I'm convinced of that. We pushed the referee away and said, go look at the other guy.
George's most effective punch so far, and here comes Moore answering back quickly.
And I was about to say action, and George is just going to time him, and there it was.
Teddy Atlas has talked a lot to Moore and a lot of psychology before this fight. Two good jabs by Foreman.
Which is why he missed with the right. If you're going to double, good right hand by Moore. If you're going to double up on the jab, you got to move in.
It does look like George wasn't turning down any burgers in the last 2 days.
Getting in this close, Rich.
Again, the combination from Foreman, but Moore always answers right back. There's a good right by Moore.
Moore, because Moore is a natural right-hander who converted over to fight lefty. Prophesizing that George was going to try a rope-a-dope type of situation here with Moore. And
with the jab, just push from there, he follows up with the right hand. Moore answers back. Moore doing a great job of it. Good jabs, now combination by Moore, but he hasn't used the cross.
And yet he's not using it. He's not throwing enough right. Matthew Brooks, who's really a blown-up light heavyweight, it's Evander Holyfield. He's in tight enough. Moore is giving him the target. Moore is there. And
I was willing to stand right there in front of George Foreman.
I don't know if that's... Whoa!
Nice jab.
The lack of them.
Moore's punches are landing cleanly.
Part of his career period. And at 40, almost 46 years.
There's a good one, still dangerous.
Two
lands a right hand. George ran into an uppercut, though, on the way in and trying to follow up.
Moore took 2 really good right-hand leads from...
George trying to follow up. In front of him. Moore felt those punches.
You got a question at this point. Is Foreman's punch totally gone, or does Michael better chin than we all gave him credit for? A light puncher and Bigfoot Martin, you got to think that George's punch...
The right hand, but Foreman got his head in front of it. Foreman beginning to get pretty puffy underneath. He possibly already is in a position of needing some real hand that forced Moore to give ground. He backs Moore into the rope.
Whoa!
In heavyweight history.
Lifted Joe Frazier off the ground.
Good combination from...
George has got to let that right go. He's there. Moore is there for him to throw to right.
Foreman almost fight when they saw Foreman look in reasonable shape. And now George following the advice...
Against the southpaw, Rich. And that takes southpaw as some other challenger might do. He just figured it's another fighter. Left-handed right.
Rattled Moore a little bit. And another punch from Foreman and another left.
George had to adapt, and there he goes. He's walking into the left hook.
George Foreman enjoying his best round of the fight here. There's a right hand. Down goes Moore. He's flat on his back. Could be about to lose the heavyweight title.
I don't believe this.
It's over.
Holy cow.
Foreman has pulled off the miracle that no one thought. Replay.
Watch for the beautiful left hook right hand combination. He walked right into...
George